Alright, so I wanted to make this video really urgently and quickly to explain exactly what is going on because crypto companies are coming under heavy SEC investigation. BlockFi, for example, was just ordered to pay $100 million, $50 million to the SEC, and an additional $50 million to over 30 states for giving out interest and operating as a non-registered investment company. Now, it's no secret that crypto companies and the SEC don't exactly see eye to eye. And that's a problem because it seems like the SEC wants to regulate crypto by labeling these lending products as securities. Now, just this morning, BlockFi sent out an email to everyone. There's going to be huge changes coming to interest rate bearing accounts. And unfortunately, BlockFi is not the only company that the SEC is targeting. They're also heavily pressuring Celsius, Gemini, Coinbase. If you remember, they threatened Coinbase with a lawsuit if they didn't cancel their lend product. So things are heating up, and in this video, I want to explain exactly what all of these new changes are, how this will affect all of our accounts, and even if you're not a customer of BlockFi's, this is super important because this will affect the whole industry. So with that said, let's just get right into it. Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for the quick update. So here's what BlockFi said in a nutshell. Any new assets that are transferred inside of BlockFi will no longer be eligible to earn interest. Now, there's a lot of fine print in that, so who does this affect? This affects US citizens. So if you're not a US citizen, this does not affect you and everything works exactly the same way. But if you are, and you do have a BlockFi account that's earning interest, then your account will still be fine, it's not going to be deleted, and the interest that you're getting paid right now as far as all of the crypto you have will still continue to be paid, but any new crypto that you transfer inside of your account will no longer pay any interest. Also, if you're creating a new account in the future, your account will not be eligible to earn interest until BlockFi applies with the SEC and gets approved. Now, here's something super important. Your BlockFi account has two wallets: the BIA, the BlockFi interest account, and the trading wallet. Now before, you could have all of your trading activity inside of your trading wallet, and then when you were ready, you could move that crypto inside of your interest account and have it earn interest. But now, that won't work. The moment your crypto leaves your interest account, you will not be able to move it back to have it earn more interest. That account you have right now that's still earning interest is grandfathered in. But the moment assets leave that account, you will not earn interest. So that's unfortunate. Now the question is, how did BlockFi get in trouble with the SEC because this affects everyone? This is directly from the SEC. The reason that the SEC is becoming involved now is because these crypto companies that pay us an interest are becoming super popular. Some of them, for example, can pay us as high as almost 10% APY, which is ridiculous. That's more money than you would expect to make in the stock market per year. And the way they can do this is by charging their clients a high interest. Their clients that are supposed to be institutions and big companies. But we don't know that for sure. We just have to take their word for it because these companies are not regulated by the SEC. And as long as there is a demand for crypto, there will always be a demand for liquidity and stablecoins. That's how it works. But you also have to remember that crypto is competing with big banks, and crypto is technically winning because the national average on a savings account is yielding 0.06% APY. And so of course, these crypto companies are becoming so popular that the SEC wants to get involved. Now, there's also a little bit more to it though. The next important question we have to answer is, maybe the SEC is starting to get worried that these high interest rates are not sustainable. And the answer is yes and no. High interest rates can exist in crypto because of strong demand. If there's no demand because of a crypto bear market or a winter, that's when the demand goes down and the prices fall. And when prices fall, people get scared. When people get scared, there's less of an appetite to take risk and borrow money, and that's why the liquidity and stablecoins become less desirable, so rates go down. This is also true in the opposite direction. When the market goes up, people get FOMO, they want to buy in, they have more risk, they have an appetite, so they borrow more money, interest rates go up. I hope that makes sense. But moving forward, BlockFi says that as soon as the SEC approves their registration, that's when they can start paying interest again. Personally, I'm not holding my breath about this because at the bottom of their disclosures page, Here's what they said. We have not yet filed or confidentially submitted a registration statement with the SEC, and there can be no assurance that such a registration statement, when filed, will be declared effective. The BIAs have not been registered under the Securities Act. All of this means is that they haven't even filed their application yet, and even if they did, there's no guarantee the SEC would allow it. Now, BlockFi did recently publish an article saying that they have the intent to file, and I believe them, but I still find it strange because this is not a new problem, which suggests that this is gonna take a really long time because they're still trying to figure it out with the SEC, and that is still a risk we should be aware of. That brings me to the ultimate point of this video, which is what happens if the president says that all forms of crypto lending is some form of a security? If something like that were to happen, and Mr. Biden came out tomorrow and said, you can't earn interest on crypto anymore, the first thing that would happen is prices would fall very hard and very fast. And that would be bad because it would trigger a wave of liquidations or sell-offs, and that would drop the price, which would trigger another wave of liquidations and sell-offs until we get a price spiral that just keeps dropping the price again and again. That's not the biggest threat though. The biggest threat is, will stablecoins still be worth $1 if something like this were to happen? Because think about it, a lot of people joined the crypto space because they wanted to earn interest, but if the president all of a sudden announces that people can't do that anymore, the first thing that would most likely happen is people would run for the exit as they try to convert their stablecoins for dollars, and we would get a run on the bank. And that would be catastrophic, and here's why. If there's not enough liquidity because people are too busy selling everything and no one is buying, then it's very possible that the price of a stablecoin drops below what it's supposed to be worth, $1. Now, one of the measures we have to protect against this from happening is that, you ever notice anytime you move crypto from one place to another, a lot of times they make you wait 24 hours? That's partly because they want to protect your identity, but the real reason is because they want to make sure people aren't just going to run to the bank and sell everything and there's no money left. And so the way they do this is something called over-collateralization. And this is just a fancy word meaning that my loan is backed by more money than what is borrowed. So for example, if you want to borrow $100 from me, I might ask you to first give me $200 of your money. That way, my loan is collateralized 2 to 1. And the more my loan is collateralized, the safer I am. Because if you choose not to pay me back, it's totally cool because I get to keep $200 of your money and I still get to run my business and there's still enough liquidity. That's how it's supposed to work in a regulated environment. But crypto is not regulated, which means that we have to trust these companies to make sure they're honest in telling us exactly how safe our loans are. Because remember, we're lending our money out and that's how we're being paid that interest. Now, I did look at the SEC settlement disclosure document and I did find one quote in there that I really didn't like. It says, BlockFi's misrepresentations about over-collateralization are serious. Now, the document does go on to say that the $100 million fine is still a lot of money, but the point is BlockFi did overstate exactly how over-collateralized those loans are, because of course they would tell us our money is safer than what it actually is, and I'm sure BlockFi is not the only company that does this, but that is why the SEC wants to get involved. It wants to regulate the space because if it allows companies to do whatever they want, that could potentially hurt a lot of people. That's why they need to make sure that everything is being done exactly the way it's supposed to be done. I'm not trying to side with the SEC here. I love BlockFi. I think they're a pioneer in the space. But the point is that regulations ultimately, I think, are a good thing because it helps protect people. Also, regulations require financial institutions to disclose all of this information. So if I want to earn interest on my deposits, I should be able to know exactly where my money is being lent out, how much it's over-collateralized, and where that money is going to so that I can assess that safety risk for myself. Otherwise, who knows? So I think this is a good thing. But as far as the price goes, in the short term, I'm sure we'll see some market volatility as people wait to see what the president does with his executive order. But in the long term, this is not a reason for me to get scared and sell everything, because this is a process that crypto needs to go through in order to get there. And the SEC, I believe, genuinely wants to help. They genuinely want to understand. It's just unfortunate that sometimes big banks do get in the way when they start bribe lobbying, but eventually everything works itself out. because crypto does not need anyone's permission. As always, don't forget to have a wonderful rest of your day. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. BlockFi is still allowing people to get up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin with this link right here. So go get your free stocks. Also, links down below. Go track them automatically with a spreadsheet link down below in my Patreon. Love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you back here on Monday and Friday, sometimes a Wednesday, and other times a Tuesday if it's really urgent. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.